All these things you say, oh, I can Photoshop that later. Who has the time for Photoshop? You got to get it right here. Good, 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 good. Her chin down a little bit. His chin down. Her chin up. Smear right there, and that's good, but I need some smiles. Laughing, and teeth, teeth. Now lean forward a little more. Lean to the light this way. Yeah, that's kind of fun. You can lean them in like that. Her chin up a little. And now, can you look at each other? Put your foreheads together. Come on, foreheads. Laughing. Oh, yes, you might get lucky with one of those. Stand up, Samira, and come over here. Turn your face to the right just a little bit, Aramis. Turn your face to the right. See, I'm looking. He's not going to love, the profile. She does. Turn your nose to the left, Samira, right there. So I've just roughed it in real fast. Camera should come down a little lower for the profile. Separation, chin and shoulder. Pull all your hair behind you now, Samira, on the other side. Off the right side and the back. There we go. All right, now look to the left. There's the pose right there, okay? It's not refined. I'm going to come in and refine it now. Raise up just a little, stand up, and I'm going to raise her a little bit. What I'm looking for are their lips at the same level, okay? There we go. Now what do? I'm going to light it. How do I light this picture? Loop shadow on Samira. Where should her shoulders be? 45 degrees. Good. Good. Now your nose to the left. Now I'm just looking for the shadow right there. I got it. Now I pose it that fast. Light it. Now you're going to lean together. Sit up a little taller. His chin down. Now I'm going to pull the reflector in front. He's going to tip his head a little more. Now these pictures seem so dated and so like, who would buy these anymore? I was working in Florida the other day, and I was out in a garden, and the light was just coming in like a shaft of light. And I harnessed the light, which means I just pretended that was the light, and I just brought the bride over, and I set her down because I had my stool. I turned her into the light and added the groom into the picture, and just that fast, I had this photograph with all natural light. Samira, your chin down a little bit, your nose to the left, right there. Cover your ear a little bit closest to me. Good. Now, Samira, your nose to me a little more. His chin down, Aramis, chin down. Aramis, lean out a lot and turn your nose back to her. This is what a lot of people do when they try to copy this picture. Aramis, go behind her a little bit. Go behind her. And can someone just take the hair light and turn it away? Because this is just one light and a reflector. Just turn it around. And then the background light, you could even turn it around. It'll be more dramatic. Samira, your nose to me a little bit. Or unplug it or something. Right there. That's good. Actually, you know what looks good? It's just a little tiny bit. Look how much prettier it looks. His chin down a little. His nose to the right a little. Now, I'm going to get it going. Here we go. Samira, turn your nose to me a dash. Good. His chin down a dash. Their lips are about the same level. Look at her lips, Aramis. Look at her lips. Look at them. Now, Aramis, lean into her so you're more in focus. Come on. You lean to him a little bit, Samira. Get your faces almost touching. His chin up. He's going to lean out to the light a little bit. Lean out to the right a little more. Turn your nose to the right, Aramis. Your chin down a little bit. Chin down, and look at her lips. Samira, turn your nose to the left. Right there. I can have him looking down. I'm tipping the camera. Samira, turn your nose to me a little. Good. Samira, wherever you're looking, look to the left a dash. Good. His chin down. Her chin down. Right there. That's gorgeous. Right there. Let's give them a big hand. His lips together. All right, I got it. I think the looking down was the good one. Okay, we're chasing the sun. We're using the back lighting, which I always use, and I'm shooting into that little piece of green, bright green evergreen back there. The silver reflector is all we're using to warm up the face there. Easy way to take a great picture. Now when the lighting's all set up, we can have fun. Watch this. Let's just have a little fun here. Just like that. How about look down at her, Eric, and bite her on the cheek. Laugh and make her laugh. Yeah, look at that. Great. Now look back at me, both of you, cheek to cheek. Now how about, Ariel, turn around and put your back on Eric. And Eric, you throw your arms around and then just hug her right there. Now let me see more of her chin, so lower your right shoulder a little bit. Good, right there. Perfect. Just like that. We're outside. Again, I picked the background first. The sunlight is just gorgeous on the back of their hair. So you know what I'm gonna use? I'm gonna use a flash on camera. But before I do that, let me take a picture with no flash. Guys, just put your heads together right there. Love it, love it. You know, the whole image goes a little bit gray. You know, it just needs to be sharpened up a little bit. So let's put our flash on. Here we go. How do we set the flash? I'm gonna put this camera on ISO 400, and I'm gonna go to program mode. And I'm gonna turn the flash in. One problem I see already is my camera at a vertical position, the flash is down on the side. Lay your head right on her. Hide your left hand for me, Eric. Good, right there. Perfect. I have to add my hand to keep the sun out of the lens, and that's beautiful. Put your thumb in your pocket, Eric, just like this. Your left thumb right there. Make a little fist. Good. Now turn around and put your back on Eric for me. And just put your arms over her shoulders. Good, right there. Now, I'm gonna put my camera on AV mode. At f5.6. And the flash is f4. And it's just perfect, I love it. Eric, tip your head to her a little bit more. Let me go to f4. I'm at a 40th at 4. Why shoot a 40th? Let me get the shutter ISO up to 800. There we go. Now I'm shooting a 60th, a 100th at 4, and I love it. Just like that, just perfect. Both of you turn this way a little bit to my flash. Right there. Let's look at that. Beautiful. I'm shooting right into the sun. So it's pretty tough here to keep that sun out of my lens. So I'm covering my lens with my hand, just fighting that sun out of there. I kind of like a little bit of flare. Sometimes it looks nice, but this is just everything we're going for right here. Just beautiful. I love the skin tones, and the flash off camera is shaping the face. That's what's working. Let's have some more fun here, guys. Yes, bite her on the cheek again. That was the look. Yeah, look at that. All right, good, good. How about, can you pick her up piggyback?
Yeah.
You know this drill, Amanda, right? You can let the grass go. Good, right there. And then just spin her around to me. This will be your favorite picture of the day. Whoa, that's good right there. Now just come up beside him. Turn a little this way, Eric. Now just like that. Now let me get a little closer for you guys. Right here, just gorgeous. Now let me turn the flash off. I know I'm not gonna keep you too long. That's no flash, and here's the flash right here. People are always complaining about, well, he's so tall and she's short, what am I gonna do? Take a look at this couple right here. Eric's quite a bit taller, so Eric, just spread your feet. That keeps his back tall and their faces close together. Cheek to cheek in there, we got it. This is a great portrait. How about both arms up around his neck? Town and country hug. Now look at me, cheek to cheek, lean her back a little bit. That is beautiful. Okay, now look, I turned around to give Amanda hell because she's holding the light so poorly. But look at the sweet light now. We've been using backlighting on the hair, which is my favorite technique. But look how the sweet light is just making this gorgeous afterglow of the sunlight. So how about, Amanda, you come on this side with the light, and you guys just hang on to each other right there. Hold each other, cheek to cheek. We don't even need a flash. What we're gonna do here is just use all natural light. And look at me, cheek to cheek. Look at the light, perfect. I don't even need a thing, but it's just a beautiful AV exposure. We'll just turn the light away for this. Good, good, good.
There you go.
You know, I'm walking to the car, calling it a day, and Clay is coming out and saying, you know what, I see another picture. And this one might be the best shot of all. I'm gonna get on the roof of my car, and I'm gonna shoot into that. Just do a 180 and show them what I'm looking at, Ross. So we're gonna put the two of you in there. I've done this before. I know how to get you in and out of there. No ticks, no tick. All right, what you could do, Amanda, is hold this camera for me. There's the strap, you can just hold that. It's kind of heavy. Yeah, I think we might. Here we go.
This one?
Yeah, and then I'll take the other one too. All right. To flash them into this one,
Yeah.
you'll just kind of bring it up by the headlight.
You want this out of the way?
Yeah, guys are gonna go up a little higher.
Told you.
And look, and this way, just a little bit. That's great, Amanda. Go back by Ross. Because they're in double profile, their faces are facing one another, I need to get my flash right next to my camera. So that way it lights both of their faces evenly. When it comes to photographing everyone, it's couples I love most. I love it. Look at this opening picture here. This is Brooke Ritz of Ritz Camera, the daughter of Ritz Camera, and that's a Holga camera, a $12 camera off eBay, and that's a picture with film, and I love that as an opening shot. It's beautiful. It's film noir. I feel like I'm in Paris, but you know you're in DC. They loved it. I loved it. And you know what? The sun broke just enough to get a few pictures around the tidal basin. But we're adding flash to these pictures. There's subtle flash in here. That's why the skin tones are so remarkable. And the feeling's there. This one is just all sunlight. The couple in the dark clothes underneath the canopy. And that's bright sun right over my shoulders. It's like a big main light over my camera. I'm shooting f/16 and I love it. This is a rainy morning and we turned it into a watercolor, a painting. We can add value to our work, and that's what we need to start thinking about, adding value to our pictures, a painting, or how about a hand-printed black and white, or a manipulated G-clay print. Look at the couple in the rain, how beautiful, and this wedding picture under the veil, shooting up. What a fun image, probably my all-time favorite wedding couple ever, and Forrest Whitaker. How about this on his wedding day at the Boston Harbor Hotel? Nice feel, 3 images, triptych. Fashion, that's a couple, isn't it? I love it. The way the faces are mirrored. Little girls, keep your eyes out. They're everywhere at weddings. But for me, it's mostly engagement couples. The DC landscape, zoom in tighter, walking, laughing. It's fun. And it can be challenging at times too. Couples, how about 2 men? One of my toughest assignments, but I think it worked beautifully here, just keeping each man in his own pose. Let's go to one of my favorite casual sessions. This couple, what a beautiful couple. And you know what? They ordered 5 albums, 5 casual books. Let's look at the pictures. You know, here's the first one, and you can see the challenge. He's much taller than she is. I've seated her on posing stools. Her feet are on stools, and when she's sitting on the other stool, it makes a comfortable, relaxed pose. Look at the sun, just completely backlighting her shoulders and hair. Silver reflectors, all I used here. Once I was set up, I had an anchor point, and I could add him to the picture, give him a solo, do them together. Now who's taller? Look at her. She's up above him, and it works. You don't notice how big he is. So my first key to you is always be able to get above eye level for the close-ups. And look at this piggyback feel. Just love it. Now we're down at the monuments. The key is he's got to scoot far apart from her and lean into the picture. So that's a challenging situation that I tackle easily. And I'm looking for pyramids and triangles. And why does that work? Because she's up high. He's seated low. That gets their heads more natural. Look at this. A pyramid. She's piggybacking. Now she's a little above him. Another pyramid. A triangle. And here we go. They're laying in the grass. The sun's setting on their faces. I love it. I walked them along the edge of the water, and of course I had my infrared camera. I take it everywhere. But I have to add flash. The flash is just right to pull off some very amazing photographs right at dusk. And we went from dusk to sunset. And it works. And I stay with them for everything. But I'm choosing the background first. Here it's a pool of water behind the couple. Here it's the setting sun in New York Central Park. And look at this picture. Too many people put the couple so far away. Look what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring them close to the camera where you can see them. I love this natural feel to this image, and the infrared stole the show. Sepia through my Nik Color Efex Pro filters. I usually put a Nik filter on just about everything. I darken the bottom, darken light and center, and I use the brilliance and warmth regularly. Now look at this little series here. Backlit by the sun, there I am with the reflector and the long lens. Look at the results. I love it. Be careful of that white sky upper left corner. I don't like that. I'm always trying to fill the frame as I've done here. Nondescript background, just really simple. And look at the pyramid. It's there. It's working. And now we laid them in the grass and just rolled in the hay for some fun pictures. But look how we're doing it. We have a scrim over their head. But you know what? The closer I can get the scrim to their faces, like Dustin has done here by flipping at 180, the softer the light. So I take the light away and I add it back in with my reflector. I'm doing this more and more, and it's some of the best lighting I can get. The best I've ever done. I love these images. Look how beautiful. Just having fun. Shooting through his arm, and she's looking up at him. Wonderful. Now we're under cover. We're under an overhang. We've got the scrim out again. Look at the beautiful image. In black and white, it's even stronger. But then we had a fun time with the piggyback, the laughter. Another couple. Bodies facing each other. Bodies back to front. Then a hug. Then something romantic. That's what it is. It's a flow for me. How about the couple under the cherry blossoms with infrared? I don't like her leg. Look how stiff it is. So I can kick the legs out like this, but you know what? Sometimes this looks a little too forced. The best thing I can do is just walk them down the hill and try to get that natural moment like we've done here. How about these made last week? Whoops, over flashed. That's what I don't want you to do at home. You can clearly see there's too much flash on this picture. I've toned it down a little bit here, but you know what? When I over flash, I just make black and whites. A little sepia. I love the crisp, beautiful feel that I'm getting with my black and white photography. Or the infrared. I love that image up on top of the fence. With a Nik filter to darken and lighten the whole corners, and then a brilliance and warmth filter to just give it that beautiful pastel feel. I'm always experimenting with my lighting. Q flash, reflector, soft light coming in. I love what it does. And again, he's huge, she's petite. What do? I have him pick her up, or I have him lean over her. But look at the crop from here to here. What strength we've added to the picture by getting rid of his heavy body and his shoulders and coming right into the faces. Again, bodies facing. Again, on the ground. Again, pictorial, sunset. Make a few images from a distance. You might sell a huge wall portrait. Again, look at the feel here. Look how much taller he is than she is. Now, I'm taking pictures with help, with assistance, with other cameras, and that's what you're looking at right here. You're looking at a picture taken from another camera, and I love it. It looks so natural and pensive. This is more what I'm after, faces. But again, look how tall he is. I spread his feet 3 feet apart and brought him down lower for this picture. And I happen to know that was one of their favorite images. And he's just standing with his legs far apart. But look what we did with these pictures. We made a sign-in book. We put it out on display at the wedding, and it was magnificent. Everybody got to see our work. Everybody knew we were the real deal. Once they saw all these infrared photographs printed in a book, they all signed their best wishes. Now let's review. I'm down low. What am I doing? I'm picking the background first, a big fall color tree. How am I lighting the faces? A little flash. Little flash just off camera, but not too much. I lay them in the leaves, and the leaves make up the entire background. And I can just have fun here. She can lay on his back. She can lay in the leaves with him. But let's review here. Faces, bodies, together. Now she flips around, back to front. Now they look at each other. Now they laugh. Now they look at each other again. Those are all guided moves. I'm busy, they're busy. The entire session's 15 or 20 minutes with me, and we're capturing this great feeling, and it's a boldness of attack for me. I don't just sit around and wait for it to happen. How about a professional athlete and his fiancée came to the studio? I had not booked this wedding, but after they saw this picture, guess who got the wedding? I got the wedding. And it was Washington Redskins. We're all at the wedding because he's a big ball player. And look what we did, a portrait. How about this portrait? Their faces form a heart. And it's serious. I can have them look up and be a little happier. But I love portraits. I love working in the studio. It's my favorite thing to do sometimes. Now here, the camera at the fair, automatic. That's what the camera thinks that scene should look like, gray and blah. Well, I'm going to add a flash in. My flash is right over the top of the camera. And what does that do? That strengthens the light on them. When I stop down for the detail in their skin tones, I get a bluer sky. Well, how did I get the blue sky? I had the tripod. And I went for the long exposure. So now I'm going probably a quarter of a second. The sky comes up really nice. You know, you have to expose for the scene that's there and put them in it. How about sunset? Now look at the scene. They're probably fighting. It looks like they're not happy with each other. But you know what? That's what most of you are going to get at home. No detail in the sky. It's a flash on camera. What did I do? I exposed for the sunset. I add them into the picture. Tripod, long exposure. Let's look at it again. In front of the Ferris wheel. Here's it spinning around behind them. I'm exposing at a 30th of a second at f8. The flash is f8. Now I go to the next one, and I'm still at f8. The lens is still at f8, but the shutter speed opens up. The shutter speed goes from a 15th to maybe, I don't know, that looks like about an 1/8 of a second. I could tell you, but that's about an 1/8, maybe a quarter of a second. But be careful. The lights can go through their face if you're not careful, so take a bunch. All right, now let's review again. How about this flow posing? He's seated. I'm at a 3/4 level. Look at his eyes up in the upper third of the picture. I could still trim a little bit of that off the top. We'll do that in Photoshop. And then now look, from that picture I can move to this picture of the man alone. Then I can add the woman. Then I can go for a hug. Then they can look at each other. I love these expressions, sometimes laughing, sometimes a little more intimate. With the cameras 10 frames a second if I need to, it works great because sometimes I'm just using the modeling lights or the spider lights and I shoot fast sometimes. I love it. Smiling and serious. Serious and smiling. Hugging. Now back to front. Now leaning forward. They were leaning back, then leaning forward. Then in the studio, their faces form a heart. It's fantastic. How about the way I've just brought them together very simply with their bodies in a V shaped here? That's my favorite picture right there. Just simply seating the couple far apart on posing stools. They're leaning together almost like a Christmas tree. You have no idea how far away he is from her. And he leans hard and he sits up. And the lighting is equal on both of their faces. And it's magnificent. You've heard me talk about the 1, 2, 3. Well, I can illustrate the 1, 2, 3 right here. Let's just do it. Let's go to this next picture before I do it and look at this. Their bodies now back to front.